Hello, my name is Tosh, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about why I'm through hiking and also why I decided to start this channel. There are probably an endless number of reasons for why I would attempt to do something like this, but what I really wanted to do was get to the core of it and ask myself why I'm hiking. In those inevitable moments where I start to question my decision to take this on, I wanted to establish that one unbreakable source of strength and purpose, the one thing that foundationally shaped me as a person, and the one thing that I can't just argue myself out of. I've thought about it a lot over the last year of planning this trip, and the more I thought about it, the more I started to see how all roads lead back to one person in particular. My amazing, resilient, incredibly talented mother who worked so hard to make life rich and exciting, even in spite of us not having the best economic situation. One of my favorite things growing up was how much we got to travel. Every now and then, my mom would just pack the car up, and next thing I know, we'd be off to photograph some graveyard in Salem, Massachusetts, or visit some 18th century village. I can still see that mischievous little look on my mom's face right before she would announce our next big road trip, and how excited she was to see how excited I was. I never felt like we were just visiting a museum. We were explorers, and because of my mom, that is exactly what I wanted to be. As a kid, I imagined myself finding some new species or discovering some completely unknown civilization. There's this one scene from The Truman Show, the movie, that I think about a lot, where Truman tells his class that he wants to be an explorer. And the teacher says, "Oh, you're too late. There's really nothing left to explore." I think of all the ways my mom was the complete antithesis to that teacher. And she was always the person who believed that I was capable of such things. The truth is, I chose through hiking because it's the closest thing that I can imagine to being a real explorer. And that might sound a little silly, but life doesn't always work out the way we imagined when we were kids. And part of me isn't ready to let go of that dream. In a lot of ways, I think of this trip as an opportunity to live out those aspirations of being an explorer, even if the only thing I discover is that I'm capable of walking 2,000 miles. Once I knew I wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail, I immediately saw it as a perfect muse for a film project that I could really pour myself into. I've always been something of a film buff, but even more so, I've always been something of a filmmaking buff. The second I got my hands on a new DVD, I was the kid who would watch all of the special features before I even watched the movie, because I was so fascinated with the filmmaking process. For me, the magic was in the making, and in my own small way, I would love to see if I can create a little of that magic with this channel. I think when it comes down to it, this hike and this channel are really kind of both about the same thing. Taking the curiosity and that spirit of exploration that my mom sparked in me and turning it into the expedition of a lifetime.